Yo, what's up traders? Welcome to a new video. In this video I'll be showing you an impressive crypto trading strategy, but you can also use this trading strategy for forex trading. In the previous video I went over this trading strategy more in depth. In this video I will briefly go over it again. I will show you the indicators, I will show you a buy and a sell signal, and later on I will show you the results after 150 trades. Without further ado, let's get started. Alright, I'm looking at the Bitcoin chart at the hourly time frame, and let me show you the indicators that are required for this trading strategy. First, we will need a exponential moving average. Over here you can see this indicator. You click on the moving average exponential. Next, we will be using the TEMA, which stands for triple EMA, and make sure to use this one, the TEMA 1 by H. Potter. And last but not least, we use the TDI, and make sure to use this TDI by LA Crypto. Next, we need to adjust the settings because we're not going to use the default settings. First, I'm looking at the exponential moving average. Make sure to use the 200 exponential moving average instead of the 9, and I will give it a blue color. Then we have the TEMA. I will give it a red color, and also make sure to use the 200. And we have the TDI. Make sure to use the default settings over here, and I will disable the slow moving average, the fast moving average. You can play around with the colors. If you do not like these colors, then you can make them both, let's say, green. Over here we give it the same color, and then as you can see, it's green and not red and green. So some people might think it's confusing, but make sure to play around with the colors. And then we disable these levels, and I also use the background with this kind of dark red and dark green. But if you do not like it, you can also disable it. As you can see, this is how it would look like. And that's it. So again, you can look at the settings over here, and we use the default settings. Okay, we have 3 indicators displayed right now. In order to take a trade, let's say a sell trade, we need the price to be below the 200 exponential moving average, which is the blue line. So that's the case. Then we need the price to go above the red line, which is about here. And from that moment, we will drop down and look at the TDI. And then we need to make sure that the green line, and for a sell trade, we need the green line to go out of the band, of the blue band, and when it comes back in the band, then we are looking for a trading setup, because the next thing we need to do is wait for the price to close below the red line, below the TEMA, which is about here on this candle. So we take the trade, and first we use a risk reward ratio of 1:1, and we risk 50% on that. And when our first target gets hit, then we move our TP target to a 2:1 trade, which is about here. And then we move our stop loss to break even, so we cannot lose a trade anymore. And this turned out to be a nice winner. So this is an example of a sell trade. Let me show you an example of a buy trade as well. Okay, we have the price above the 200 exponential moving average. As you can see, it drops down and crosses the red line. From that moment we go down, and we see over here that the red line is out of the blue band. As you can see, it is out of the blue band, and then it comes back at this candle. And from that moment we also see that the bar closed above the red line. So now all our indicators show us a bullish signal. So we place our stop loss below the latest low, which is here, and our first target is a 1:1. That's about here. And once our target gets hit, then we use a 2-to-1 risk reward ratio that is about here, and then we place our stop loss to break even. So in this case, the price didn't hit our TP target, our TP2 target. It went down and then it closed out at break even, and that happens as well. Let me show you. Again, we will look at our confirmations. We have the price above the 200 exponential moving average, then it crosses the red line, which is here, and from that moment we drop down and we see that the red line is out of the band, and over here it comes back in the band, and this, yeah, so that's about here. From that moment we need to wait for a close above the red line. From that moment we take the trade because all the rules were in place. We use a 1-to-1 risk reward ratio in the first place, which is about here, and we risk 50% on that. And let me show you what happens. Yeah, so over here our target gets hit, and from that moment we move our stop loss to break even, and we use a 2-to-1 risk reward ratio trade. So this is our new target, and we move our stop loss to break even. Let me show you what the outcome is. Eventually this turned out to be a winner. Our stop loss didn't go to our break even target. So this is a nice example of a buy trade. Alright, I will be testing this trading strategy 150 times. I will pause this video and come back to you once it's done. Yes, the results are in. I'm not going to waste any time. Let me go over it. We use the Bitcoin versus the USDT on the hourly, and we use a risk reward ratio of 1-to-1 and 2-to-1, which means that we first target a 1-to-1 risk reward ratio trade, and yeah, when our TP1 target gets hit, then we are looking for a 2-to-1 risk reward ratio trade, and we move our stop loss to break even, so we cannot lose the trade anymore. We took in total 150 trades, and the winning percentage was quite high, was 64%. And that has to do, of course, with the 1-to-1 risk reward ratio, because it's easier to hit that target instead of using a 3-to-1 or a 4-to-1 risk reward ratio. And also, if it has hit our TP1 target, then I consider that as a winning trade. It took me 23 months in total, and the time elapsed is 23 months. So in total it took me 23 months, which is about, it's almost 2 years trading in order to get 150 trades. And the wins in a row was 8, loss in a row was 6, gain on the account, that is something that everybody is interested in. We risked 1% and we made in total 70% on our account, and that is quite a nice number, because that is almost 40% in a year. And especially if you are looking at the big boys, at the hedge funds, the investment funds, the banks, etc., they are aiming for a 10 to 15% gain on their balance, their account. And if you're able to make 40% a year and about 77% in almost 2 years, that's a nice number. And a pro of this trading strategy is that we're trading on the hourly, so we're not glued on the screen. There are not a lot of opportunities if you're only looking for the Bitcoin. Of course, we have more free time to enjoy other things in life. So these results are quite good. Of course, you can use this also on forex pairs, let's say the Euro USD or the GBP USD. It will also work on that. And what I also would like to mention is that this trading strategy, what I notice is that it works great when you are in a trending market. So make sure to use trending pairs. And the Bitcoin in the last year, it was really trending, So yeah, that's why these results are quite good. So make sure to look for trending markets, and if you're a bit impatient, you can also drop down to a 15-minute time frame or even a 5-minute time frame. I haven't tested it on these time frames, but yeah, you can test it out yourself, and yeah, this might be working for you as well. By the way, comment I subscribe so I know exactly who you guys are. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe as well, and let me know what kind of video you want to see next. I'll see you in the next one.